What's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. I'm
All
gonna
right,
mute myself.
so Mike,
Yeah.
where did you find this stock, man? Because um, you see these candlesticks? Um, Hold on. Yeah, these candlesticks, we're not going to be able to make any price action off of this. So let's choose something else. GM, let's go GM. Okay, let's see what GM is doing. All right, so we're talking technical analysis today, right? We're using the Webull app. This is going to be something that you'll be able to take with you throughout your journey. As you can see, we like to go long term. So from a year to year standpoint, although people think GM has been performing terribly, I mean, it's not, it's volatile in these areas here, but we've got we've got a signal of an upward trend from a quarter to quarter standpoint. From a month to month, they've really been picking up, as you can see. We've got a key trend being set here to the upside, and so when we're month to month, each one of these candles is a month. See, April, May, June, July. Right. From quarter to quarter, every candle is a 3-month. Right. September, right. December, right. And so what I like to do is I like to find key points where I can set up my I can set up my support and resistance and make sure that that I'm doing the best job in that area. Now probably better off setting your support and resistance from the day charts. What I like to do is I like to get nice and zoomed out here. As far as resistance goes, you see all these points where we're oversold, overbought, I mean, right? Overbought, overbought. If I were to, so right here, this pencil that you see here, matter of fact, hold on, I gotta make sure that I've got my a little spotlight here. Oh, okay. Why is this not sticking? Stay. Okay. 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I'm back, guys. So, so I like to find these nice overbought points, like right here, right here, and I like to set my resistance based on these points, of being overbought. All right, so let's start by setting our resistance. Again, you go to this little pencil here, boom. If you click this little button here, you get a drop down menu, right? And of course we want to download our we want to make sure we download our Webull. I don't know why this annotation. Oh, I have to leave this open the whole time. That's interesting. So if I close this, then my little whatever you call it goes away. So interesting. All right, let's move this out of the way then. just park it over here somewhere. All right. So right here again, this pencil. If you click here, you get all kinds of different types of support and resistance you can set. I like to go with the ray. All right, I like to go with the ray. So I'm gonna set my first point of resistance right here at this point, and I'm going to set it with this one right here. All right, now as you can see, we can't necessarily see the rest of what's going on here. Hold on, let's reset a little bit here. All right, we can't necessarily see everything, but look at that, right? All right, look at that. Look at what we got going on there. All right, nice solid resistance, or we can take it and we can set it here. Hold on. Let's just delete this one. Or we can set it here if we feel like we want to do something. So we can say, all right, let's pick this point and this point right here. But as you can see, this one kind of runs through everything. That's why I didn't do that one. I kind of knew that's what it would be. I like to set my resistance color to this just light gray right here. And I like to use serrated lines. Makes it very easy to identify, right? So that's our resistance. And you can see it kind of holds up across the line. You see that? Every time we hit here, boom, 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 right? This one just didn't quite make it. Probably was different times in the market or whatever have you. All right. I also want to, hey, Sochi.
Hi, John. The market is so red today.
Yeah, tell me about it. But it's an excellent time for people like us. It's buy time right there. So I'm not getting a lot of oversold points here. So I'm just gonna go with this. We got this one right here. Where we at? Right here. I'm gonna go with this one. Right here, this point right here, where we kind of just got oversold a little bit. And again, I like to go ahead and run this. Boom, boom. So now here's what we got. Okay, this is what we got support and resistance wise. Now, the question is, are we right? Is this where is this where we're headed? That's the big question. Is this where we're headed? That's what you know, support and resistance is all about. As you can see, in these areas where it never really made it to oversold, it also never really made it to our point of resistance, right? Let's zoom in, right? Never made it to oversold, right? Also never made it to resistance. Is that a coincidence? Definitely not. Okay. So that's something just to keep in mind. Let's work our way to the 4-hour charts now and see what's going on there. Again, you see points where it didn't make it to the resistance, right? So it comes down, didn't quite make it. We're here. Now, as far as the RSI setup that I've got, right? I go, this is what I'm currently running right now, 5, 10, 24. All right. I swapped it up. I switched it up a little bit today. I use so I use all fives when I'm doing cryptocurrency. I use my 5, 10, 24 whenever I'm doing stocks. It really helps out a lot. And you know, kind of gives me a good indication of what the stock is doing. All right. So we're on our 4-hour chart right now, kind of getting a glimpse of what's going on here. And you know, we're seeing some, look at this right here. We hit a oversold point right here. Is it a coincidence that we then get a reversal pattern to follow? Right, look at that reversal. I mean, it's so clean, right? It didn't last long in terms of, you know, getting a pullback here, but it did eventually lead to 54, 65 to, so it did eventually lead to about a $5 move. That's not bad, right? Um, just that little reversal pattern. So you identifying this right here on the chart could have led to, you could have gotten to an options contract, worked your way there. You could have gotten into a, 1 second here. See what's going on. How do you know when it's oversold? Okay, so you know when it's oversold when it hits below 30 on the RSI, right? You see our RSI has these numbers on the side here, right? These numbers right here, okay? So you see this line is set at 70, this line is set at 30. And as you can see, every time it breaks above 70, you kind of get this, right? That's an overbought point. When it breaks below 30, it's oversold. Now, by me having my RSI set to 5, 10, 24, I get a better reaction out of the stock. I get better reactions, right? Let's dial in a little closer though. Let's hit our 10-minute charts. These are the charts that you're normally seeing. Let's say you were on Robinhood or something like that. This is what you'll be seeing. And so look at this. Look at where we're at here, right? Major overselling going on here. This is really our area, the same area we saw on the other chart. So that's important to understand that on different charts, it's going to look different. So this is where we were a second ago on the other chart as we were starting to hit a point of being oversold. Looks a little different, we eventually get a close above the high of the low, of the low day, and that took us on a trip, right? So instead of having our mark here, we ended up having our mark here. So it let us know we were going to the upside. Again, wasn't a huge move. We went from 55 to a high of about 56 or so. Not a very huge move at all. But the deeper you get into these minute-to-minute charts, you're going to start seeing smaller movements in the stock. Okay, so that's something that's very, very important to understand. Each of these candles is going to start to represent a smaller number. Like for this candle right here, if you look up top right here, right, we go to this candle right here, that's 15 cents. It's 15 cents. Right? It's not a big move at all. This is why I'm not a big fan of making my moves from the minute-to-minute chart. I kind of like to start, maybe on my 30-minute chart and see if I got a move coming here. So we see right here, we're getting a turnaround in the stock. That's it's kind of bringing it back down to an oversold point. It's just not ready to turn yet. We see look at our moving averages and the way that they're coming. This is going to continue to force the stock into a state of consolidation, or maybe even to come down further. I believe it's going to be consolidation. I believe we're going to be working sideways in this regard, similar to what you saw on the 10-minute chart. You see that? See this? I believe this is what you're going to get here eventually. Going to come this way. We're going to make our move. If you look at the 10-minute chart, our 20-day moving average is working its way to the upside now. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. So as far as the moving averages goes, let's see here. As far as moving averages goes, the key things to know is that these are, the average prices that the stock has been trading at over certain periods of time. In this particular case, I use a 20-day moving average, okay, a 50-day moving average, and a 200-day moving average. Now, in cases like what you see right here, the stock gets pretty far away. Stock gets pretty far away from the 20-day average here. extremely far away from the 50-day average here. And this is kind of what keeps it from going down further. So a lot of people don't know that, or don't make notes of that. But that's what's keeping it from going down further here, is the fact that it's gotten so far away. Now, don't get me wrong. Something can trade, oversold. I mean, as far down as it goes, but we're oversold at 3.74 here, right? I mean, we kind of know what's happening. You see on the 15-minute chart, same thing, right? It's got to work its way back up. In this particular case, it works its way back up above the 20-day average. And now it's kind of using that 20-day average for a little bit of support in this particular moment. I'm going to go back to the minute-to-minute chart here really quickly, because as we mentioned, we were going to look at that reversal pattern. Do you see that? Okay. Look at that reversal pattern that might be happening. It might be happening. We don't know. We don't know, right? But I think we got a little, we got a little tiny reversal pattern, right? So based on what we know, we might be getting a morning star here. This could signify a reversal pattern in the stock. So just for example, we may find our entry point here, and as the stock continues to do what it's doing, this could be a key trade. So let's watch it for a few moments here, because we might be getting a reversal, and if we are getting a reversal, this will be a key moment. So we see we're getting, look at this, right? Are we going up? Or are we coming down? We got our 20-day moving average and our 200-day moving average here. Our 20-day is pointing to the downside, right? But our 200-day is still, it's still kind of strong to the up. We haven't really, had a turn in this average, but we got our 50-day and our 20-day coming down. So this just may not end up being a reversal pattern, but we'll see. Right? Okay. Looks like it's trying to work some magic. We'll see what's happening. Let's keep our eyes on it. Okay. So what we want is we want this candle to close above this one. Right? We want it to close above the high. We want to close above this point right here. Right? Now, if it closes below, we're coming down more than likely. See how we open down, right? So that's kind of, what we were not looking for. It kind of shows that we're still in a bearish state. It's nothing really that we can do to, affect what's happening in the stock here. We had a small move, then we got, look at that, right? Closes below the low. Now all of a sudden we're getting more bearish moves, right? Just something to think about. All right, that's just a little something to think about.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask what stock you're looking at?
We're looking at GM right now.
Okay.
You can join us we're on a live Zoom right now.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to join us, you can join. I'm gonna send you the passcode.
All right. Send it to me too, the room, please.
Okay, got you. Give me 1 second. So first, let me get you guys the. Get this information going here. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's over here. Okay. So gonna send it to you guys right now. One second. Okay. All right, Ayana, you should have it now. And Sochi.
Send it by Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go check.
Send it to me.
Oh, JR, you don't have it yet?
I got it. Thanks, Doreen.
All right, gotcha. All right, JR, I'm sending you right now. All right, everybody's got it. So let us continue.
Wait, what about me?
Who?
Delia.
You're on here already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rashawn, oh Lord, when you get in here. Hold on, I'm sending it right now. Yeah, by the way, y'all know y'all can mute your mic to ask questions. Unmute your mic to ask questions if y'all want to.
Oh, I know you're recording, so that's why I was using the chat.
It's all good. Ain't no biggie. Sean. Sent. There you go. Okay. Delia gonna how Delia gonna be on the video saying what about me? I'm like, you're in the video right now.
I thought I missed something.
She's like, I thought I missed something. Oh goodness. So yeah, so the last question was, how do you know when to sell? Right now, in this particular case, we never really identified a great place to get in, right? Especially because we were on the 1 minute chart, and that just makes it difficult, you know. Now that the market's closed, we kind of can so as you can see, right, there's a huge difference from what we saw here, right, on the 30-minute chart and what we saw here. Let's go with the 10-minute chart, right? 10-minute chart was really just a $1 move, right? Isn't that crazy? Think about that, right? Just about a $1 move in the stock, whereas on the 30-minute chart, that very same move was about a $5 move. So I'm hoping we understand now why long-term time frames make you more money, right? Do we get that? Right? Long-term time frames make you more money. Now, I know we hear a lot of talks of scalping and things like that, and that, I'm not telling you scalping does not make money, okay? But those people are often, they're often trading in volatile stocks, okay? Because they want to have these tremendous price movements on the stock that they can benefit from in the short term. So unless you're prepared to start, trading the likes of Tesla and Netflix on a 1 minute to 3 minute chart, in which, I mean, look at this, right? It's a huge difference. You guys see that? From 55 to 56, yet again. All right. So that's what we're doing. Okay, this is what's happening here. All right, go to the 10-minute chart again, 54 to about 56, so about $2, it's such a different thing, right? Look at here, when we finally got a little gap up, we closed above, so maybe from like here, 57, 59, so discovering exits is about having a great entry first, in my opinion. If you don't have a great entry, having having a great exit is, you know, I mean, it's likely going to be a lot of luck going on there. So for me, right? If I'm absolutely positive of this move right here, and I know this is a, you know, I mean, we're looking at GM, so it's not a tremendous move. Matter of fact, let's look at another point. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's see here. Let's look around this area right here. Let's see here. Okay, let's look around this area right here. So this is one of those times where look at the distance between here and here. You see that? Look at this. Look at this that we see here. Right? For the record, when this happens, this normally happens. Okay? Right? You see this one? It's just a little tiny little gap right here, but you got it. Look at that right here. Oversold. Right? So first things first, again, is identifying entry. So at this point, we know a turnaround is on the way, right? And so, you know, the low point here was 54. The high point here was 57. If we were trading options, you know, could be a totally different ball game. I'm sorry, some of you guys are probably in the waiting room. I totally forgot that I gotta give me a second here. So Ayana's in the waiting room. Boom. Ayana, you should be in now. All right, perfect. Is she in? Yep. All right, perfect. So what we see right here, you know, many people struggle to identify methods of getting in and out of, yeah, go ahead.
No, I had to mute the computer because I'm listening to you at the same time. Sorry, that was me, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good. So yeah, so one of those, you know, key things here is, you know, just kind of identifying these certain particular points in a you know, in a trading pattern. What's going on, Jay?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing all right. So yeah, we gotta identify these points where, to me, it's all about knowing what it's all about knowing what's coming, you know. And so hold on. Okay, got you. Tia, you should be in there now. So yeah, it's all about knowing what's coming. And you know, so at this point, I know what I'm gonna get. I know I'm gonna get this. Right now, we do see this area right here where we come down, right? And that could have been catastrophic. So a lot of people would wait until it breaks above the 20-day average and go from there, right? Which makes it less of a lucrative move. You know, probably catch it somewhere around here, 56 to about 57, whatever. A little scalp move. And the key is I'm getting out here because it's overbought, right? We hit an overbought point, and that happened pretty darn quickly, right? So that's just something to think about. GM is definitely not the best chart that I've ever seen, but you know, it happens. So here's another point right here. Now we're already overbought, right? So this is something to think about. Right? You see this? We're already overbought in the stock. So that's kind of a little difficult of a pick, right? You know, so you got to find these key areas. I think this one is a beautiful spot right here. That look at the reversal pattern, right? So I want to be able to identify these types of things right here. This I want to be able to see. I see this, right? Slightly oversold. I get this, right? Let's say we're here 51.88. right? And look at where that took us, from 51 to 56, right? You see
So
that?
Devon,
Yeah.
you would get in right when it crosses over that 20-day moving average, I
Well,
guess.
okay, so me, I would get in about here, right? I'm on a 30-minute chart, you know. So I've got long-term confirmation. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on right now. I would have gotten in about right here once I've realized, you know, if I've already realized I'm closing above this high, I'm in there. Right. So let's say I'm closing out the half hour and I'm realizing, all right, I'm realizing that I'm highly likely to close out above this right here, right? You want to close out above this candle right here. Hey, Adjua.
Hello, Dora. Hello, everyone.
And could you remind us, sorry, what candle pattern that is with the 2 red and the 1 in between? Like, I know you mentioned it the other day.
This is a morning star, right?
No, I know the morning star, but right before it,
This?
like the 2 reds, the 2 previous red candles.
We're talking right here?
No, the one after that, yeah, and then the one in front of it. Didn't that kind of give you an idea that it's going towards a uptrend?
Well, so the thing here is, let's see what happened before this. That's the first thing we want to see what's going on here, right? So let's zoom out, and what we can see is we were already on an upward trend, right?
Okay, yeah.
We were already moving to the upside, right? You know, we've already got an uptrend set. So as we approach this particular area right here, one of the things that kind of lets us know what's going on here is, you know, we would have been watching, our moving averages are coming down here, so we don't get in here, right? Even though we see this, right? Looks like it could have been one of these, right? Could have been that. But this is just a reaction to the fact that we had, you know, some very, you know, hot selling going on. So we know we're not going to turn around yet. So we got to wait, right? We got to wait. And, you know, finally we see our turn coming. We're on a 30-minute chart, so that turn happens a little faster than it may happen on a 4-hour or 1-hour chart. This right here signifies indecisiveness, this candle right here. So we had an indecisive pattern going on in the stock. You know, we got a pretty bullish candle, but I think this candle right here with all this volume on it kind of let me know that this downward move isn't going to last long, right? If you look at all look at the volume on all these, you know, same way as when you got around here, right? You kind of started to taper off and come back down to the downside. So all this volume coming in is kind of, you know, it kind of signals that we're about to hit these points coming up. We're going to start seeing reversals. Okay. Look at this bad boy right here, right? Tried to get us out of a slump, couldn't do it, right? All this volume, and so we keep coming down anyway. Get us a little what we could call a falling 3 right here. Keep coming down. But you know, this is the key area right here. 20-day moving average starting to turn. 50-day moving average never crossed below the 200, and in fact we had a, you see that, we had a bullish crossover right here just recently. So we're just kind of waiting for this 20-day average to kind of turn around, right? You see that? So we're just kind of waiting. We just want this 20-day moving average to turn around. And then we can be off and out to the races. All right. So that's what we're looking at. So this is using your averages, using your RSI. You know, we get a little tiny oversold point right here, with a pretty decent sized candle. We can't get in right here because it's just, you know, we're testing our luck. So, you know, we wait for some confirmation. We get a sign we're going to close above this high of the low, right? Let's kind of move this around a little bit. So this is our previous low right here, right? And we kind of know we're going to close above the high of this low candle. So that's letting us know we're headed this way, right? So that's your entry, right? You ask, how do you know when it's time to exit? And so you start seeing this, right? You start seeing this. Look at the distance, right? We traded hot. Look at that. Boom. Look at all this going on, right? Look at all this space. And what do we talk about? When it starts doing this, trading too high above its averages or too close to its resistance, whichever one, we get this. We're overbought now. All right. So a point of exit, you know, could have been here, you know, once you saw it over, you know, if you're one to hold on, right? Maybe an hour later you get out around here or here. So, you know, it's all about just not being greedy at this point, you know. This thing has already, you know, ran up from 50 to 56. It's all about not being greedy here. That's a 10% profit, and that's in a single day, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's about a 6-hour trade, right? So, you know, maybe you got in at noon, but you know, if you didn't want to hold until the next day, right? You got out about right here. All right, cool. You know, I ran it up, you know, a solid percentage, you know. Again, it's about 10% right here. You know, maybe about 60% right here. I mean, about 6% right here. You know, if you held it until the next day, you got a little bit of this, you know, but that's what we're looking at. All right. So this is how stocks work around the moving averages, right? Too much going on, we're coming down, right? Let's look at another stock. Being that we're looking at GM, let's take a look at Ford really quickly here. All right. And coincidences? No, look at that. Same thing, right? Look at all that space. And what do you get right here? Overbought, right? Comes down hard, a little bit of space, not much, but I mean, still was enough to get us to an oversold point. You know, and as you start to see, look at this. Look at all this space right here. Look at oversold points, right? Got a little bit of space right here. We're overbought, right? So you know, moving averages, you have your trends on them. They're coming down, right? So when you have moving averages trading below the 200-day average, here's what you notice on the RSI. Look at this, right? Until the moving averages start to turn around, we don't get any, right? So we cross over right here. Right, we started coming down here, we cross over right around here, and we haven't seen an overbought point since, right? Is it a coincidence that as we start to get these key crossovers, right, we start to see overbought points in the stock, right, taking us to the upside? These are just key things to just be mindful of. And just make sure that we're keeping our eyes on everything that you know. You see this, right? Kind of reacted pretty well to you know, we had some poor, you know, a poor reaction to the earnings. but we immediately take to the upside. This is much better than what we saw from some of the other stocks when they dropped on their earnings. It's already made up about half of that loss here at this point, but past couple of days, right? We've had this going on, but look at how quickly it worked its way up. It's already it had already started trading above its 200-day average, and oh, sorry, give me a second here. Got you. All right. Boom. So yeah, so this is what we're looking at. All right. Who's got questions? We spoke a little bit about support and resistance. Let's do another support and resistance case as well. We'll take a look at that and see if we can identify anything here. Of course, we know this to be a major point of support clearly here and here. You know, we're not really oversold at any point in time, so you know, I'll probably just kind of hold off and wait to see if I'll go with this right here. So again, we're looking for oversold points on the RSI to signify our, you know, our support levels. Okay. And as you can see, I went between this one and this one, right? Yet and still, look at what we got right here, right? You can see that bounced right off of that line, right? I didn't have to use this one, right? I went all the way over here to the opposite side, right? All the way over here, and this still holds up. That's why you use your oversold points to set your resistance. Okay. So it's definitely something that everybody must learn. We did have an overbought point somewhere around here, but you know, I mean, I'm not going to set this. We got this going on, right? So for me, I'm going to wait until I see the stock, you know, make a move before I set any type of resistance, because I only set it if I can identify it, and you know, that's just what it is. You know, so this is our new support right here for Ford, and so we'll keep track of this over the next couple of days, right? We should see it bouncing up and down off of this line a little bit. This is no coincidence that we got here, here, and here. These are no coincidences. Okay, that's not how this thing works. All right, the stock market does not work off coincidences. Matter of fact, let's go to the 4-hour chart. What do we get? Oh, look at that. All right, look at the old resistance I had set right there. You see it? Interesting. I had one there. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Boom, boom. Looks pretty solid, you know. I'd probably, yeah, right about here. Broke resistance. All right. What's going on, Zay?
No, y'all live right now?
Yeah, we live. You got an you got a Instagram in your bio? Yep. All right. I got you. I'm sending you the joint right now.
All right, good.
All right. All right, that's the information right there. And so is it a coincidence? So remember, we set this support line on the 30-minute chart. Look at the 4-hour chart now. Is that a coincidence? Exact
It lined up perfect.
Exact hit, right? Exact hit, right? Look at that turnaround happening, right? See that? This is how it works. This is how it works. All right. And you know, look at our resistance. So are we headed here then? Huh? Maybe, possibly. Is this where we're going? Let's find out. We'll find out, right? So that's just something key to note. We'll do another one. Let's do, who we doing? Give me one.
Apple.
Apple?
I don't know.
We'll do Apple. Right.
So how would you, like, I saw that you said you wouldn't really choose GM, and I can tell why based off how the candles were looking. So like, how do you know like really what to choose? You just look at the volume, I guess.
So I'm looking at the company always.
Yeah, I know that.
Hold on one second, guys. Wait a second here. All right, so let me just fix this here. So we already had a support and resistance here, but we got to reset it. Okay, we got to reset this right here. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, because and so you see why I'm you know, as far as support and resistance goes, I'm looking a little different on that right now. So let's get these out of here. Let's set some new ones. Okay, let's where's that at here? Let's get these out of here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do it from our 30-minute really quickly here. Give me a second here. Hey Zay, you're in the waiting area. Give me a second here. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here.
Hey, hold on, D. So when you sent me the message, I just click on the number.
No. Once you open up Zoom, it'll. So you put in that ID number and then you put in that passcode.
All right, I got you.
All right. So I'm gonna use this. Let's see here. We're oversold about right here. Not about right. I'm gonna go with this one right here. This one kind of started the upward trend, right? Guys see that?
Yeah.
So that one kind of started the upward trend. What's going on here? Delete. So I like to start with the point that kind of started the upward trend. So I'm gonna start with this one. And I'm gonna go with this last point of resistance that we see here. I'm gonna go with that. Boom. Okay. So and then because of how everything's looking right now, I'm talking just the market total. I'm just gonna stick with this. As you can see, you know, from the 122 point that they hit on, you know, earlier today, 122 already bounced all the way back up to 126, right? See that? So we're gonna just kind of watch and see what new trends it sets to the upside here. All right. So it came off of a key area of support from what looks to be over a month ago. It found support at an area that it found support at before. You see that? So that's interesting. So we know this is going to be a key area of support for them moving forward. And so we'll keep monitoring that. Let's see how it holds up on the 4-hour chart. Let's see what's going on there. Let's zoom in. Ah, look at that, eh? Yeah. What do we think? I think she lines up perfectly. All right. We got our, right? Like I said, this is what started that last upward trend. All right. We found some resistance here. But the resistance point is actually more like here. You know, these are some key areas of resistance right here. Right. And I don't really set horizontal resistance. It's just not my style.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Why is it overbought? Why is it overbought over by the 9th, but it's not overbought over by like the 27th at that higher price
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that's the thing about you know, price movement. So it's overbought here because this was we started from here, right?
Okay.
Right, and so you had all this buying action going on all the way up until this point right here, you know. So we had to have the stock come down a little bit, right? And so it's continuing from this point, right? In which we're only about 48 on the RSI at that point. So we don't get quite overbought, but we know where we're headed though, right? We're headed down here anyway. Right.
Is it kind of averaging? I don't know. I might be explaining that right, but it seems like at that point where it was on that uptrend, because the average was lower as the volume rose, then it got to that overbought point.
Yeah, so
but
that's
it kind of averaged out again, and then that's when you got that price spike, but it didn't get overbought because of that block between like what, the 9th and the 27th.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, right? So we hit our support level here. We start working our way to the upside. But as we're working our way to the upside, look at the distance between the stock price and the average price over 20 days. See that? Look at the distance, right? So this right here was bound to happen. Now, as this occurs, what we see here, right, is that, you know, all averages, you know, at this point, we're still above the 200-day average, right? We're still above the 200-day average at this point. So we don't just come down, right? This is why we get this little pop right here. It was just an overdue, you know, pop. It just consolidated for a while, tried to break to the upside. It was a good day in the market, right? If you remember that day, just a good day in the market. All things were looking well. Remember, some of these things are getting help from ETFs and all kinds of different, right, derivative models that all these things are getting, you know, bought up, you know, from that regard, you know. So just a good day in the market, but you know, this is the times that we're in right now. Correction was well overdue. You know, we kind of spoke about that a little bit. And you know, look what you get. Same thing. Look down here, right? You can look at it as trading. You know, look at how it's trading away from the source. But then look at this, right? As we approach the moving average, right, we start to get to a point of being oversold as well, which is another key thing to note, right? Which is another reason we love to, you know, kind of keep track of these movements in the stock, right? If we go to the 2-hour view, same thing. We go to the 15-minute view, longer distance, but same thing, right? Almost seems like an even greater, extension of what's going on. But I mean, yeah, you can just see. I mean, it was coming, right? So,
I have a question.
yes.
So I'm looking at the same chart. You're looking at the so when it went above the 200-day moving average, or when things go above that, it's because it's like not normal steady activity. That's what you're saying, that it will eventually find its way below that line or at that line because it's correcting itself.
So it doesn't necessarily have to come back to that line, right? So let's point this out. So the 200-day average, right? I mean, look at it. Look, you see this? Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is a strong average, right? So let's call this your strong average. That's what we'll call it, right? Think of it as you ever seen one of those really thick, tough rubber bands?
Yeah.
Right? Think of it like that, right? So now you're working your way to the upside, but I mean I mean, come on now, right? Right? We know we're doing too right. We know we're doing too much here. So we know this is coming. The question is when, right? And so what we then have to start seeing is we have to start seeing a tapering off of these averages right here to get there. So if you're in this trade, you're kind of, you're safe for a second,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but this is me, this is me right here. I'm gone right
You're
here.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is me, right? Because I see this, I'm gone. Like this, these aren't so bad, right? But then I see this, and I'm like, all right, I got to get out of there. I might have even gone here,
Right.
Might have even been going here, from 125 to 133. I mean, that's an $8 move. I'm in options, right? I mean, greedy or not, right? So yeah, I probably take all this upside right here. For me, I know I'm going right here. I don't even have to question it. I know I'm going right here. I saw this one because we were at a distance, right? And I'm literally speaking from like experience. Like I probably was in here right here, and I got out right here. Like I'm telling you, I'm in Apple contracts all the time, so I know where I get out of plays. I'm pretty sure I got out at 133, and I did not care that it went to 135. Okay, because I know this is coming.
Yes.
Right, brought it back down to these levels right here, and then once I saw that happening, now I'm just watching for the trend change or anything that works to get me back in the door. All right.
Got it.
So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Okay. Let's see what else. What did we not talk about yet? So I mean, identifying trends is easy, right? I mean, this is again, we Tina Bina. This is easy. What's going on? What's going on? You're
You're doing big things.
No, we're doing small things. These are little things.
Okay.
I ain't never did nothing big in my life.
Nice. No, you know what? You really getting on my nerves.
What?
You're always putting yourself like on the mediocre. Golly.
I mean,
I don't pay for little small people.
Wow.
Exactly.
You know
You
what?
better look at me and then look at you and get you some confidence or something.
So I just want y'all to know. I'm putting all this on the YouTube. Putting all this on the YouTube. Y'all, this how we do it?
This how we doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Been doing it.
I'm gonna need you to get on board, honey.
Tina, did you have the
gotta
code
edit
already?
this part out.
You said edit
Huh?
this part out? No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, look what I started.
I want everybody to see how y'all talk to me. No, but see, but but this is the energy. This is the like this is why I said we'll just do it like we normally do it. We'll just whatever, we're having a conversation and we'll upload it, and guess what? If they don't like it, they don't gotta watch it. They can
It's for us.
You want me to watch that, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's us. That's where we're at right now. You can come on in there.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right. So so our moving averages, right? As you can see, so now that we're zoomed out, we're on a day-to-day chart, right? This is what you're really seeing going on here, right? So look at this move right here, right? Let's get in closer, right? So let's talk traditional bullish trends, right? Traditional bullish trends. We see our 20-day average breaking above. We see our stock breaking above the moving averages. These are so this area right here. Let me kind of let's go ahead and box this out here. All right. So this area right around where we at, right here. A lot of traders will be looking for their entry point somewhere around here, because we're look what happens after, right? 20-day cost is above the 50, right? And then look what we got, right? So a lot of traders will find their entry point somewhere around this area here. All right, let's highlight that. Somewhere around this area, a lot of traders are going to find their way in. So you're taking your way from a 66 to 79 about right here. If y'all know me, I'm just saying, I ain't taking this dive with them. All right, I'm not diving from 80 to 75. I'm gonna get out of there. Wait for my next move, get in, keep going. I'm a long-term trader, so I might have gotten in here with a leap contract and I'm just holding. I've been holding this whole time, no matter what. But I also have my short-term contracts where I get in and out in between these moves. Here, right? Probably not around here, but here, took it up here, right? This is the same spot we talked about getting out just now. This is the same spot. So now you see from the day chart why I said I'd have been out of there, right? This right here. Actually, it was more like right here. Now you see why I said I'd have been getting out of there, right? It's time to go. These are not good days. But for my long-term contracts, I mean, we're still headed that way. Look at that. Shortly after we hit 145 anyway. And now we're just seeing, it doesn't look so bad when you're on a day-to-day chart, does it? It looks terrible from a hour-to-hour standpoint. But look at the day. It's not that bad. What do y'all say? Far better on the day chart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say we're far better on the day chart. All right.
Deron, for new people like myself and like Tina, or maybe others who's new to Webull, my moving average does not look like yours. Like I know how you did the 5, 10, and 24, but I don't have that yellow rubber band line. I don't have.
Yeah, I love the colors. So as you can see, if you look over here on the side panel, you can see why I use those colors, right? It's like very contrasting. I don't have to. But which one? This one. Okay, that one. This one. All right. I use my moving averages a lot to make trades as well. I'll show you guys how to put those in there.
Okay.
If I want to run an option on Apple right now, my 200-day average is a 122, which is my strongest average, right? So, being that they're, looking at where they're at right now, I'd probably want to work my way somewhere in this area. if they come down, you know, I mean, look at what they did today, coming down towards the you know, no, is it a coincidence? Here's a question. Is it a coincidence that this trend line met up with the 200-day average right here and the stock found some support?
No.
Right? So, you know, I would want to be somewhere around here, maybe even lower, maybe 119, 120. I'm in the money. Stock comes down a little bit. Cool. I got time. We're running off to the races and we're going. That's for my moving averages and the colors that I have set. You go, so you put your mouse, you see you have your 20, 50, 200. Put your mouse right over here, right? Click that. Now, I like to have my 200-day. So you once you click on that, it brings you here. So you just click on style, okay? And so I like to have my 200-day and my 50-day averages with some color, and then I just, you know, whatever my other average is, I just, you know, make it a white one. This way now I have a lot of contrast, especially over here in the you know, especially over here in the you know, in the side bar where we can see all of our averages working together. You know, so my stock price is either going to be red or green, right? Works well with the contrast there is also. You know, look at that contrast, right? Gotta love it. Okay, that's what we're looking like. All right. What else? I mean, yeah, that's about it, you know. And I mean, you know, we're gonna do more technical analysis and look to discover some of these patterns. But I mean, the key thing is if you can identify support and resistance here. Let me zoom back in here. That's why I was looking so flat when it came in. I had the averages too close together. But yeah, I mean, the key thing here is if you can identify support and resistance, you can predict. If you can identify support and resistance, you can predict your you know, you can predict your moves, you know, that are to come. You know, like right here. I mean, I would have seen this coming. I mean, right, based on what you guys have learned today, right? We can, you know, so we might even still go to an oversold point, you know, so maybe tomorrow, maybe it opens up here, but it comes down, right? We'll see what happens. Maybe it opens up here, but it comes down, or maybe it opens up down, works its way up from there. Or maybe it opens up maybe halfway up, works its way up, you know, probably comes down first. It's open up halfway, comes down first. And then work its way back up, you know. So these are things that you might notice, or you might not notice that may occur. Okay, but yeah, it's just all it's about. It's if you identify points where the stock is going to turn around, that's when you get in. You know, I really like making 4-hour moves, 2-hour moves, 1-hour moves. You know, from an hour-to-hour standpoint, look at this. Look at this reversal pattern right here. All right. So if you're watching this stock, if you're watching Apple, and you're seeing this, boom, right? You get this right here. All right, cool. You see it respected the support line. Closed out an hour later, and we start seeing this, right? I'd probably be in around here, 123. You know, boom, I'm out of there, 126. Right? We can kind of tell it's not ready to break out. Why? Why is it not ready to break out? My average, see, my 50-day and my 20-day average are pointing downwards, and they're trading below the 200-day average. The stock is trading below the 20-day average, below the 50-day, below the 200. So it's not ready yet. You know, a couple of days from now, we'll start to see the 20-day will turn. Then it'll work its way above the 50-day average. Then it'll work its way above the 200-day average, and the 50-day average will follow it. And then we'll likely see our next move back here, right? It's going to take all of that to get it back here.
Hey, D-Ram,
Mm-hmm.
do you ever use the VWAP at all?
No.
No. Do you think it's useful, or is that, you know?
It's not that it's not useful. It's that at this point in my trading career, it's not going to make or break my trade. That's why I don't use it.
Let's say like let's say us that are still trying to get like a hold of it. Like, do you think it's beneficial, or is that something we should just start weaning up like me personally, should I start weaning myself off of it and not rely on it, or think that it's something reliable to count on?
I would wean myself off of it, yeah. Because when you start learning this right here, and then also buy yourself time. If you're getting into options, buy yourself time, right? But knowing where the bottom is in the long term, I mean, right? Think about this. Look at this. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You see this? Right? Knowing where the bottom is, it's just this is it, man. You know where the bottom is, and I know it's a difficult situation. Things don't always pan out the way you want them to, but I'm winning 8 out of 10 trades that I get into, and I don't use nothing but this that you see in front of me. Volume, this matters, see that this big candle came in, brought all that volume, and so we didn't immediately come down, then we had to come up a little bit, all that was from all that, you see this, see that volume right there, look at all that volume, right? Coincidence that we go up after that, right? No, not a coincidence, right? And so these are the things.
The blue one is the 50.
Yeah, the blue one is the 50.
The blue one is the 50. The white one is what, the 200?
20.
Oh, the 20, and then the yellow is the 200.
Yellow is the 200. Yeah.
Do you mind looking at a stock just to, because it has the same sort of support that I see on this Apple chart?
Let's take a look.
This other stock, it's AMAT. AMAT. Yeah, AMAT.
Yeah, I know about them. Applied Materials, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I see what we got going on here. Right, and look at that. Right, look at this. Right, you see that? Look at this. See that? Comes down, huh? Seeing that?
Yeah.
Look at this. Right. This happens. Look at it. Every time it does. Look at it. Whoops. 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 Right. It's like this is. If you're identifying this, right? What is the VWAP going to do for you?
Yeah.
And you already know what's going on, right?
Or in the blue.
Right? Every time it does this, you get this, right? You're starting to realize what's happening here, right? Let's zoom in. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Let's set a support, and let's see if we can find a support. Now, let's give me a second here. It's kind of see what we got going on here. So it is, identifying the trend here. Let's start from the quarter to quarter. Yeah, I kind of knew that's what I would find. See that? It's a down quarter. I can kind of tell. So, isn't it amazing? It works on it's same thing, right? Look at that. Kaboom. Right? Isn't that amazing? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
You get this, you get this. And this is from a quarter to quarter standpoint. Okay, we're looking at quarters here. We can predict a down quarter by looking at this chart. All right. So look, you see this? Look at where your averages are, look where the stock is, and then you get this. Is that a coincidence?
That's a lot of people looking at the same chart and judging that move based on the chart and the supports. It's like that everybody has the same mentality. Like the support holds because the masses are relying on what you're looking at.
So now let's go from a month to month. Look at that. Look at that. About to close below the high. Mean close below the low of the high candle, right? Unless this thing has a massive rally to push it back up above 138, which it could happen. I don't know, right? Unless it does, I'm only going to assume we're going to have another down month. I mean, it could be a reversal, right? If we get a reversal, then cool. But, you know, we'll probably at least start down. We'll see what happens. Let's go from a week to week. Yeah, those averages are vertical, right? So yeah, I mean, we got a lot of this coming right now. Right, you see this right here? We haven't been here in a long time, huh? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. All right, let's go day to day. Yeah, I think this is where I want to try to set some support at. Let's see if we can find some. Yeah, okay. Got a little something right here.
I sort of like the day because the day came in with a lot of volume and buying. And if it opens up green tomorrow, then that's a pretty positive upward move on the day to day, no?
Yeah, on the day to day, right? Yeah, so this is about what we're looking at right here. That's unless it comes down below it tomorrow. So is this support or is it not support? That's the question, right? Is that it? Is that where it's lining up to?
It would have to hold that trend line that you just drew.
Yeah, it would have to hold that. All right, so come in tomorrow and don't go below this. All right, because it's not oversold quite yet, but it's the lowest the RSI has been since here. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Now, another thing here is that I think we got some key points of so you know, we could be in a channel too, you know? Looking at our true peak was this one right here. Let's go here. Oh. Let's go here. What is going on? I gotta hit it twice. That's what it is. Let's go here and here. And this kind of lines up to if you think about it. We mentioned from a month to month, right, where it might be headed. So we could be seeing sometime in early June. So it makes its way up there, right? Then in early June, start coming down again, right? Our upward moves seem to be just about, you know, from a month to month. You see that? Up, down, up, down. So it seems to be spending these month-long movements here. So you know, this could be your potential, you know, trend up here as well. Let's check and see how it stands up on the week to week. Yeah, just about right, eh? Just about right. From a week to week. See that? Look at this week right here. Hit resistance and it came down. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. All right. That's excellent, isn't it? That's about where we're at. You know, but the entire time it's been overbought. Now it's finally coming down a little bit. So, you know, got to keep your eyes out for this, man. It's got potential of going upwards for a few weeks here. But it's also got a potential to turn around. This line has to hold up. But on the long term, it's an upward trend.
Once you do your let's say your technical analysis like this, do you then try to like support it with, let's say, looking into the news of the company or seeing if they have any catalysts on like why they would either come down or continue to go up? Or do you just rely on the chart? I mean, is the chart more conviction than let's say I guess more information is better, right?
Well, so the thing is, I would have already consumed the information before I charted it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, before I even got here, I wouldn't even be here if I didn't know fundamentally where this company was headed. If I didn't know fundamentally we were headed here, there's no need for me doing any of this. You know, fundamentally, you want to look at that. Falls Tuesday underperforms market. See, I keep my news right here, by the way, guys. See my news right here? It's for this stock. Everything I put in here is attached to this. While the pullback in semiconductor stocks could offer investors a big opportunity, worldwide microprocessor industry to 2026, players include Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, and SK Hynix. Dips more than broader markets, what you should know. So it seems like it's got something going on where it's dipping more than the market. And that's likely because of this, right? I'm willing to bet if I was to pull up the PE on this thing, it's gonna be let's see here. Widgets, key statistics.
I think their PE is a little high.
Yeah, so 29.5. It's not that bad though. But you know, look at the price to book, right? So the company is a tad bit expensive. So that's what you're getting right now. Right? 52-week low is a 49.66. So judge that based on where the company's trading right now. You should know that something here is going to create resistance. Something you see in here is going to create resistance. Is it this? Right? Is it this? Is it this? Right? Something here is going to create resistance. 124 was its previous high. It opened the day at 120. You know, corporate actions. Let's see here. Okay. We got some insiders selling, some buying. Last split was 2022. Dividend May 26. Okay. Here's our so we got more outflow than inflow, as you can see. You see that? See our order flow? You got our order flow right there. It's 333 million on the way out. Institutions seem to be you know, we got +1 here, about 195,000. They own about 86.5% of this thing. We see 475 decline their positions. We see 438 increase their positions. 247 new 68 sold all of their positions completely. You want to do some research, find out who those people are, you know, because 44 million shares, you know, left. Another 7 million sold out. You know, so that's something to think about there. So I'm going to close out this particular one right here as we just hit the 90-minute mark, and then we'll look to reconvene and think of some other things we could do in a little bit. All right. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming through and you know, sticking in there with us. Those of you that might be watching this video on YouTube right now, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe. Peace out.
Duran.
Thank you.